Malnutrition affects over 400,000 people in the Karamoja sub-region, which is roughly 30% of the population. Vulnerable groups, particularly children under 5, bear the brunt of the condition, with 12.2% affected by severe malnutrition. For many families, the fight against hunger is a daily struggle. Margaret Mary, a resident of Kaperu village in Amudat District, is one of many facing this harsh reality. Severe malnutrition left her child weak and vulnerable, prompting her to seek help at Amudat Hospital.
We often go days without food. Even now, after 3 weeks in the hospital, I worry about what will happen when we return home.
In a similar situation, Maximilia Sanya from Naput, near the Uganda-Kenya border, recounts the toll malnutrition has taken on her family. Her child's immunity weakened, making him susceptible to Kalaza, a parasitic disease rampant in the region. Her child is now receiving treatment at Amudat Hospital.
We struggle to find food. The children go hungry for days, and diseases like Kalaza make everything worse.
The crisis transcends borders. Pauline Ajoto traveled from Kenya to Amudat Hospital in search of treatment for her malnourished child.
Some days we survive on milk or meat from animals that have died in the kraal. At times we pierce our animals to feed on blood.
These stories are a grim reminder of the food insecurity gripping the region, where in Amudat District alone, 17% of children under the age of 5 are malnourished. For years, ready-to-use Therapeutic Food, or RUTF, has been a lifeline in combating the condition in Karamoja. This nutrient-rich food helps children recover quickly, offering hope to families in crisis.
It composes of oil, butter, powdered milk, minerals and vitamins.
However, this lifeline was abruptly severed with the introduction of Replenish Plus, a new RUTF brand. Instead of healing, it brought harm. In Amudat District, health facilities have reported 41 cases of adverse effects, including vomiting, diarrhea, and rectal bleeding.
Last year, November, we started noticing symptoms among those people who were consuming it, the malnourished children.
The children who used that treatment presented with the side effects of vomiting and diarrhea.
These reports prompted an immediate suspension of Replenish by the Ministry of Health, pending a thorough investigation. In a letter issued on 7th January, Permanent Secretary Dr. Diana Atwine stated that her ministry was working closely with the National Drug Authority and the National Medical Stores to uncover the root cause of these adverse effects.
We have our teams in different regions collecting samples
to establish whether the seen and reported adverse side events are attributed to this specific brand.
However, leaders in Amudat have voiced strong criticism of the decision to distribute Replenish Plus without adequate testing.
Karamoja is not a trial place that someone will just wake up one day and say, we need to push this to Karamoja. It's really bad. I think it was just business. It was purely business. Someone wanted to make money, but it has now caused a problem.
Joseph Nangole, the Amudat District chairperson, also expressed concern about the broader implications.
It takes us a lot of time and energy to convince the people because of the socio-cultural norms that they have held. So now, when something comes like this and the people are seeing the effect, then it scares them away from coming to health facilities to receive any services.
However, health workers are doing their best to manage the crisis. Supplies of other RUTF brands have been redistributed, but they remain insufficient to meet the growing demand.
And the health facilities which are overstocked, so we did the redistribution to those ones who are not having from those ones who are out of stock.
We are waiting for to see whether we can be supplied with another brand.
As investigations into Replenish Plus continue, families in Karamoja remain caught between the dual crises of malnutrition and mistrust. The hope is for swift action to restore confidence in life-saving interventions and to prevent further suffering in a region already pushed to its limits.